2006 novel books. So I don't know if during 2001 to 2002 he speaks tree speak or not, because so far in the comics he never spoke tree speak until when he became Toon River. That's when he spoke tree speak. Eek. But as you can see, same feet as Tahu, triangle pistons, and this time they're exactly the same as Tahu that way, and Pohatu. Slides of ball joint sockets attached to the torso, a ball piece we have in Tahu, and the left arm, it doesn't have anything, it's open, the left part here is open, so it doesn't have anything to hold this. It's just a light gray piece that kind of wiggles, whereas these pieces when they're in different colors, they can lock tight. The blue one goes like semi lock, kind of goes a little bit locked tight. The black ones go completely locked tight. Right. As you can see, he has a slicer bone piece which kind of goes upside down, and he has a slicer hand piece. Unlike Tahu, in Porter, they used two 3-length plus sticks for the fingers. They did two 2-length plus sticks each, then a black notch and a light gray notch, to kind of extend his fingers a little. Bit. And of course, unlike Tahu, where the arm kind of goes like this, it kind of goes like this, which kind of makes him a bit squished up and slim. But I guess it's supposed to represent his jungle nature. Same reason goes for the rhyme, the way this goes, and he has an arm that kind of controls for the gear to use his axe, which he can use to create cyclones and stuff. And then the 3 plus stick, a grey head, trans-colored lime green eyes, and the Kanoe mirror, the mask levitation, which allows you to kind of glide safely to the ground. Of course, it does. He can levitate. The only thing the mask can levitate is its user, not anybody. He kind of triggers that. Unlike the mask of telekinesis, from which Nuju can drag things. If you guys saw how it works in the Manu and Lion game and in the 2004 film Legends of Metro Nui. And last but not least, once clashed Tahu's personality for the nature of elements, but now they sell in the end they sell the differences. Kopaka, Toa of Ice. Right, although cold-hearted, but he does have ideals. Does have ideals for good. Good. He prefers to go solo out, not trusting others in case they might be either they might be a threat or a traitor, or they might flaw at something. He eventually managed to solve his differences, particularly with Tahu in the end. And if you guys got the novels, you tell me how they met, how they clashed, how they solved the differences in the end. Yeah, same. Speaking of Tahu, same feat as before with that, and same triangle pistons, and we had from 2001 2005 slides of ball joint sockets, a torso, and again that thing I forgot to point on Liwa. He has that too for his axe, and I gave the Kopaka to Tahu. The torso, the ball, and this time like Tahu, he does have the left tip is not open. It does have something to hold his arm still, like so. But like Liwa, it goes flat, like the ball joint socket goes like this. Yeah, and likely the slicer limb is upside down like so, and he carries a slicer ball joint socket piece to with a gray nut to hold his ice sword. Yes, I added another layer at the bottom, but I needed to fill in. I did that when I was young. I needed to fill that in. I could debate whether or not to take that off if I think about it. And on the right arm, same way as Liwa to wait, this has to go and this has to go. But he carries an ice sword, which he can channel ice abilities. And one touch, any victims can be trapped in a popsicle or something. And then a 3-length plus stick, and then the head, which is light gray, and the trans light blue eyes. And he wears the Kanoe Akaku, the mask of X-ray vision, which allows users to see things behind walls or something. And the only mask that kind of carries a telescope. Unlike of course, the thing Kopaka is known for is his mask. The telescopes are usually on his right eye. When he became Fantoka in 2008, I'm sure everyone, yes I know everyone knows, but I want to point it out, is that the telescope switched to the other side, instead of staying to the right side of the eye. With the 2015, I'm surprised with that, and I'm surprised the 2015 figure did stick to the right side of the eye to be his telescope. And he has vents on the top, on the forehead. And of course, the only kind of Toa of Ice mask that the only Toa device the only Toa device to wear a mask that doesn't even have a telescope would be the Tomonaga and Mari incarnations of Motaro. Sure, his Matoran counterpart, he wears the same mask of Parker, which counts, but it doesn't count because it's the same mask of Parker, so for trademark reason masks, Motaro is the only Toa device, well, was the only Toa device where he doesn't where he doesn't have a telescope on either masks he wore. Whereas Kopaka and Nuju, they had telescopes in their eyes. And yes, I knew Nuju is currently a Turaga and doesn't have a telescope, but still, being a Toa, it counts. Nouns. And that's what we have for the remains that build up Weruha, the warrior of wisdom. And these guys, they deserve a full 10 out of 10. The most rarest collection, the most rarest warriors are Bionicle, and to me the more favorited Toa forms over the Toa Nuva. And by that, the Toa Nuva of 2000, the Toa Nuva of 2002. What got me annoyed most is what got me concerned is that when the Toa Nuva released, these guys weren't even in stock anymore back in 2003. So that's as much. So I kind of prefer these guys over the Toa Nuva, and for the Generation 2, I do prefer these kind of version of these guys is more than the 2016 models. I'm surprised that some of them have something that kind of proves that they're more likable, sets in Bionicle. And in case you're wondering, this gold mask I do have for the five others. I place them in safe storage so I keep this room tidy. And one more thing to let you know, what I do with Hero Factory, instead of replacing Bionicle, here's what I prefer to think. I think. At the same time we had the Glatorian and the Glatorian Legends and the 2009 Bionicle film The Legend Reborn, where Martin ends up being Baramagna. At the same time the Glatorian sets released in 2009, Hero Factory was also introduced. We'll say Hero Factory, with the Rise of the Rookies story scenario, is also introduced the same year as the Legend Reborn, 2009. And the reason people didn't like Hero Factory and preferred this that much is because with Hero Factory they say to build heroes to jump in there and save people, even though once you built Furno and Soma, it's obvious they could still be needed to save anywhere else rather than build more heroes. I do get the reason why people didn't like that brand in the first place. And at the same time, I prefer that the first year Hero Factory clashes with the Glatorian and the Glatorian Legends and the Legend Reborn in the same year. What I do with Hero Factory is kind of treat them like, if you guys seen the Looney Tunes films, I treat them like Bugs and Daffy, Tahu like Bugs Bunny, and Stormer like Daffy Duck. The convenient fact between those two is that Bugs is taller than Daffy. The 2001 incarnation of Tahu is taller than the 2010 incarnation of Stormer. That's what I do with Hero Factory. Hero Factory, Rise of the Rookies clash with the same year as the Glatorian Legend and the Legend Reborn, 2010, The Ordeal of Fire, 2011, Savage Planet, and 2012 Breakout, 2013 Brain Attack, and in 2014 Invasion of Valone, so on and so forth. That's what I'm going to say. Like, at the same time, we had the Glatorians, the Hero Factory thing was released the first year. And that was the reason because since this got popular, they want to introduce another LEGO Technic brand, but you guys just got kind of chose to disregard it because building heroes is obvious. The same heroes can, it's obvious that the same heroes you built the same heroes you built like Furno and Stormer and stuff, they could still be needed to save anywhere else. Instead of just because after they save the one place, it's obvious they could still be the same guys you built a while ago can still be needed to save anywhere else. I get the gist why people don't like Hero Factory, and so we'll just say that kind of reason that it didn't replace Bionicle. It clashed the same year with the Glatorians, and out of seeing how popular this kind of phase through after the course from 2001 and 2008. So we'll just say that. But yeah, Tomata Bionicle, and this is Toa Homata 1888 signing off.